Hi guys, Katie here with Peak Fitness. We're going to do another workout today called ABC, which stands for arms, booty, and core. We're going to have 3 circuits. In each circuit, you're going to work an element of your arms, some core, and glutes, and then we'll go on to the next circuit. So if you don't have time for all 3, you can always piecemeal each circuit throughout your day, whatever works best. Obviously, we're all in a different situation than maybe what we're used to. You might have more interruptions. So, but I promise you're gonna get a good workout. So just find a space, mat. You're gonna need gliders or paper plates if you don't have gliders. If you're on hardwood, you could use towels under your feet or your own socks. And you're gonna need light, medium, and heavy weights. If you don't have weights, you can use your body weight, but if there's something you can hold, like water bottles, or I saw someone the other day using their detergent jugs, anything that's gonna give you a little extra resistance is always gonna be a little bit more effective. And then a band if you have it. If you don't have a band, you're still gonna feel the glute burnout that we do at the end. That's the only thing we're really gonna need it for. So let's get started with a nice warm up. We're gonna start with some arm circles, and we're gonna start in 3, set my timer, 2, 1. Go ahead and reach through your fingertips with those arm circles. Getting into that shoulder joint, that's what we're gonna be working first. We're gonna go lighter weights with the shoulders than maybe what you're used to, but if you wanna start out heavier, go ahead and reverse that circle. You can, and then just go to a drop set. But it is a little bit longer sequence for shoulders, so I definitely would go maybe a little bit lighter than if you were just doing 1 set. All right, let's take it to hamstring curls. So take your arms forward and then pull it back. Heels to seat, reach, pull, reach, pull. So think about pulling those shoulder blades in towards the spine, dropping your shoulders from your ears. You have 4 more like this. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Go ahead and find the edge of your mat, your space, wherever you're at. Take a nice inhale up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, walk it out. Find a high plank position first, so feet about hip distance apart. Drawing your shoulders over your wrists, tilt hips to ribs. Shoulders draw down that side body. And now we're gonna take our right foot outside of our right hand, find that nice hip stretch, and then go and open up with that right arm. Nice rotation for that mid back. Should even feel a little bit of your seat. Hips, set it back, high plank, hold. Now left foot outside left hand, open up this way. Turning through that mid back, gaze can lift. Back to high plank. Take your feet a little bit wider than hip distance here. We're gonna press back to that down dog and bring our left hand towards our right shin, slight rotation through the core. And then come back, squeeze your glutes, find high plank. Now it's right to left, reach. Squeeze your glutes, back to high plank. 1 more time each side, reach. High plank, and right to left. And back to high plank. Walk your feet back into hip distance, just hold here. Warming up our core. Just holding plank really gets everything warmed up. You're engaging your glutes, squeezing your quadriceps. Your arms are pretty straight, just a micro bend in your elbows so that gets into your shoulders and your triceps. Core is heating up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Now as you walk it back, I want you to take it to a knee bend here. And we're gonna just come up with our hands on our thighs. Maybe walk your feet a little bit outside that mat, and then drop your right shoulder down. Center up, drop your left shoulder down. Center, 1 more time, right, back to center, and left, back to center. And now you're gonna slowly come up for squats, and you're gonna take it to an engagement with your triceps. You're really shooting back here. Breathing, trying to bring your hamstrings down a little bit more parallel, and then as you come up, so chest stays lifted each time in these squats. Not doing a lot of leg work today, but getting a little bit into those hip joints, still getting that heart rate up just slightly here, get that blood circulating. You got 10 more seconds. You have 5, 4, press back, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, come up to standing, grabbing lighter weights, getting ready for our shoulder sequence. So I'm gonna start with my 3s, 5s. Maybe you wanna start with, you can always drop set to a lighter. Or again, you can always drop to just your arms, knowing our arms hold muscle, which is weight in and of itself. All right, so our first move feet are gonna be about hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider. We're just going to that goalpost shoulder press, up and down. So my elbows stay pretty in line with my shoulders, not dropping them down too far because I want to keep the tension there. Up and down. Core is nice and tight, so I'm not pushing back on my lower back here. Tailbone slightly tucked. Keep pressing. Up and down. Press straight up and down. So this is going to be a lot of time under tension with the shoulders, so don't be afraid to do drop set. You might see me doing the same thing. About 3 more here. 2. Last one, hold. Now we're just going to take it to a chest fly, standing. So we're still getting into our shoulders because we're standing, as opposed to on our backs, which we'll hit later. So I'm making sure my elbows aren't dipping down too far, my shoulders aren't reaching up towards my ears. I'm thinking about activating my pecs a little bit as I squeeze in and open up. You're here for about 8 more counts. And then we're gonna combo those 2 moves. So we'll take it to that goal post, up, and then a chest press. In 3, 2, last one. Now take it open, press it up, take it down, and close. Stay with me here for about 20 more seconds. I know you're starting to feel some heat in those shoulders. You can get a little break in this sequence. A few more counts. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay at goal post. Now we're going to take our arms down, palms down I should say. Elbows come to your hips. Oh, it feels good, right? But we're not going to be here long. Come up, flip, and press. So here, palms flip down, take it down, lateral bent arm raise, up, and press. Here, here, here. Press. Here. Core is still tight. Not too much longer, guys. Stay with me. We're going to end in goal post arms in about 10 more seconds. So if you're not feeling any burn yet, you need to pick up heavier weights. Go ahead and pause this, or you can pause it to drop lighter weights. Press up. You have 4, 3, 2. Let's get 1 full range in again. Here, up, press, hold the goal post. Now you're just going to pulse. Ooh, now you're feeling it. Now let's start to pulse it in to close goal post. So I'm taking these slight pulses in. I know that break's coming, guys. You're going to take it to front raises soon. Keep pulsing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now we're going to extend our arms out. Here we go. Slow it down. That should feel nice. Come down. We're not going to stay here too long. We're just going to extend our arms up, front raises. A few like this, and then we'll add on a wide row. So make sure the down is just as slow as the up. And we're only stopping or coming up to that shoulder height. Palms can face in. We're going to take palms down and add a little row back in 3, 2. Last one here. So now you're going to come up, palms flip, row it back. So it's actually a nice stretch as you pull back, getting into that shoulder pull. So still engaging a little bit of that back. As you wide row back, squeeze, flip, and down. We're just going to do one little burnout at the end where we're going to have to hold those arms up long in front of us, but it's going to be short and quick. You're going to brace that burn, and then we're going to move right on to our core. About 5 more counts like this. Don't let gravity take over on that down. You have 3, 2. Get 1 more release down. Now we're going to hold it up right at that shoulder height and palms down. Just crisscross. It's only 12 seconds. You can stay in it. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3. We hold for 2 and 1. Just hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's release it down. Shake out those arms. Maybe do a couple shoulder rolls back. Going into core, so this first round of core is going to be standing. We're going to take all different motions for our core. First we'll be standing, then we'll be in a supine, and then we'll be in prone for our core at the end of our third circuit. So starting with standing, you're gonna want a pretty decent weight here. I'm gonna start with a 10. You can even go heavier than that. So we're gonna think about activating our core. First, I'm gonna get you warmed up. This is gonna feel good for our shoulders. We're only gonna do about 10 of these, and then I'll show you the next move. So first, take your feet wider than hip distance, toes turned out slightly, and we're gonna just take the weight, sumo squat. So I'm shooting my booty back, and we're just gonna lift up. So you wanna hyperextend by swinging that weight behind you. Just lift up. This should feel good for those shoulders. Sink and lift. So we're using our core still, keeping it engaged, especially when we bend down. We're making sure to draw in that navel and come up, squeeze. You have 3, 2, and 1. Nice. So now I'm gonna take that one weight, still holding it long ways. I'm gonna come into like a split squat, so it's not as wide as a lunge. And then I'm gonna come down here, keep my belly lifted, and then kind of toss the weight up. So it's down and toss. So we're using that left oblique. So you might want another weight that's a little bit lighter next to you because we're gonna combine this with another move. All right, here we go. Let's set it up. Sink down, pull the belly in, starting in 3, 2, 1. So it's down, toss it up. So think about core rotation here. Think about that left oblique as you throw it up. Sink and lift. Sink, lift. Down, so heart rate's gonna go up a little because we're going from high to low. And we're holding a weight, big range of motion. Just have some nice even breaths here. Throw it up. You don't wanna go too quickly though. We're not activating that core. You're even feeling a nice squeeze of the left glute as you throw it up. About 5 more counts here. Then I'm gonna switch to a little lighter weight. You have 3, 2, and 1. Grab a little bit lighter weight. It's gonna go in your left hand because we're still gonna work that left oblique. I'm gonna grab 8, 5 should be good too. So we're just do that standing oblique knee pull. So when I have the weight up over, it can be slightly over, especially with a lighter weight. And we're just gonna take it to a reach and down. Reach and down. Squeeze that left oblique. Reach, get a nice lateral stretch. Pull, 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 pull. Try not to lean too far to the right. Squeeze. You know, we're gonna do the other side after this. Even ourselves out. Squeeze. You have 4, 3, 2. Last one, squeeze, and set it down. Going back to a little bit heavier weight. You guys can stick with the same weight. Going to the split squat. Toss over the left shoulder this time. So I'm still equal bend, both knees. I'm keeping my core lifted. I'm not rounding here. I'm gonna sink and lift. Here we go. Sink, lift, squeeze your right glute this time, and activate that right oblique. Push. Core, keep that belly lifted. Think about 2 inches below that belly button. Pull it in and lift. You're not rounding out through the shoulders. Down, lift. Few more seconds here. Stay focused on the muscles. Core rotation. You have 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna go to my 8s now. A little bit lighter, 5s or 8s. You can go lighter than that. We're gonna pull that right knee in. Little lateral stretch and pull. 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 You got it. Almost done with abs here for standing, first circuit. Really about actually cinching side of waist here. Squeeze. About 5 more counts. 3, 2, and 1. Set the weight down. Right away, we're gonna go into zigzags, working your obliques again. You can hold really light weights or none at all. You're just gonna be in a squat. Kind of have your guard up like you would in a kickboxing class. And we're gonna go down, down, up, down, up, up. So really think about working through your obliques as you do this move. Making that zigzag, up, down. This is core. I know you guys are used to being on your backs, your bellies. Still working that core. Dropping your shoulders from your ears as you do this. About 10 more seconds, we hit the glutes. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, take a breath, sip of water if you need it. We're gonna be standing as well for booty. This is really like our standing segment, and then we'll be on the mat the next 2. We're gonna have just one glider. So I'm gonna move the other one out of the way so don't trip on it. I'll show you different angles because I know sometimes the video is a little bit harder to see. You can have no weights or medium weights, light weights. If you have lighter weights, you're just gonna get maybe a little bit deeper into that range of motion. I'll try with the 8s first. Like I said, you can always drop set. We're gonna do a forward lunge to a side lunge with our gliders. So I'm gonna have the weights on either side of my body and I'm gonna frame my knee as it comes forward. Let me scoot back so you guys can see. So we're gonna come down to a forward lunge, chest stays lifted. I'm gonna pull through my hamstring to come back up. And now I'm gonna take it to a lateral bend, shooting that booty back. So lateral lunge, pull, squeeze inner thigh. Pull it forward, belly towards that thigh, come up. Now stay with me here for about a minute. So if you need to drop the weights, you drop the weights. But really be mindful that you're taking that belly over your thigh to a hinge position. That's what's working your glutes. So take it forward, pull. Now really pull back with that hamstring and then take it over to that right side, sink, shoot the hips back. Pull in, inner thigh. Down, pull in, down, squeeze. So if you don't have the gliders, you're just gonna take it to a forward lunge and a lateral lunge. This forward lunge is a hinged lunge. So maybe from the angle, I'll show you this way, forward, and then out to the side, chest is lifted. Do one more this way, forward, squeeze, draw back, use the hamstring, take it out to the right. You have about 10 more seconds this side. We're gonna add little pulses in this lateral lunge. In 4, 3, sink, let's get one more forward in. Now hold back, find that lateral lunge. Just take it up an inch, down an inch. Press up an inch, down an inch. Feel that right glute. You have 3, you have 2, and 1. Nice, evening out. Let's go to that left side. Left foot gets the glider. On your case, if you're mirroring me, then you're on your right foot. Here we go. Slide it forward, belly to thigh. You can always add a row if you want. We're gonna get to rows later. So if you picked heavier weight, it's really gonna activate your glutes more, and maybe you can't get that wide row in. And that's fine, because we're really trying to focus just on the glutes here. Sink, pull in. Take it to the side, inner thigh, and in. Sink. So try not to round out the shoulders as you either come to the side or forward. Reach, pull back, use the hamstrings, and sink. We're gonna do those same pulses when we finish this move. Sink, pull. Nice, slow, purposeful move, inner thigh, pull it back. Really drag back, engage the back. So right, keep going where that hamstring meets the booty. When you pull it back, that's where you're feeling it. About 15 more seconds, we'll start in that lateral, end of that lateral for those pulses as we go. If the weight's too light, switch it out. We're gonna be doing another glider move for glutes, and then we'll be on to circuit 2. Get ready to hold that lateral lunge. Take one more forward. I'll go ahead and take it out to the side, hold. Now it's up an inch, down an inch. So my chest is still lifted, my weight's in my heel, and I'm just lifting up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come to standing. Again, you can choose weights or no weights. Still working on our booties. We're gonna take the glider, and we're just gonna take it to a reverse lunge, curtsy. So I'm back on my right leg. It looks like this. reverse lunge, curtsy. Reverse lunge, hinged, curtsy. So why are we staying hinged? It's because we want to work the booty. That's what we're doing. So let's start that in 3, 2, 1. So it's a hinged reverse lunge and then a curtsy. Hinged reverse lunge, curtsy, sink. Chest stays lifted. So really pressing into that left support foot. If you're on the opposite leg as me, it's the right, whatever foot is supporting you. As you glide with the other, pull in. Feel out inner thighs. Slowing it down, pull, pull. You know, we're gonna end with pulses again. You have about 15 more seconds, full range. And we're gonna end in this reverse lunge pulse in about 10 seconds. Sink, pull it in. So if this is easy without weights, pause it and grab some weights. Sink. Let's get one more in, take it back, and curtsy it over. Now you're gonna take it back to a reverse lunge. I just want you to pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. So you're feeling it in your left seat. Push, pull. You're still hinged forward. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, pull it up. Shake out that booty. Opposite side, and we're done with circuit 1. All right, so left foot has the glider. Weights or no weights. Here we go. Oh, not forward, reverse. Here we go, reverse. And now we're gonna curtsy. So reverse and curtsy. So remember, in the reverse, I'm hinged so I can hit the seat. And then the curtsy. But I'm not dropping my shoulders or my chest. And really activate through the ball of your foot as you pull that glider back in and back. Back. So heart rate's still going up here, even though we're not doing really cardio. But it's a big range of motion. Firing up that seat. Pull it in, squeeze. A few more counts, we're gonna take it to those pulses. About 8 more counts here. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it back, little pulses. Stay in it. It burns, you gotta even out both sides. You have 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, pull that glider up, shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water. We're going on to circuit 2. Circuit 2 is gonna involve rows. So renegade rows. So you want any weight that you would use typically for a narrow row. We're gonna be a standing for some, and then we're gonna be down for renegade. Renegade, it might be a little trickier, so you might wanna have light weights nearby. But I'd go with a medium weight as we go through this move, and I'll show you modifications along the way. But we're gonna combo it with some biceps at the end, going through the circuit. So let's I'm gonna go with my 10s. Here we go. I'm gonna show you the move once, and then we'll get started. So I'm gonna be in a standing hinge position, nice flat back. I'm gonna row for 2, squeeze. Then I'm gonna bring the weights down, and then you can either hop it back or walk it back. So you can walk it or hop it back. Now you're gonna do 2 renegade rows. Pull, keep the hips steady, pull. Now you're gonna come in to quadruped, so you're in that all fours hover. Now you're gonna row again, row, row. This is core work. As you do this, then you either walk it back or hop it back. Bring your seat towards your heels and either hop it up and start over, or you take your seat to your heels, step, step. And it's gonna be more of a narrow. You're not bringing your feet outside, and then you're just gonna repeat it. All right, we're here for about 2 minutes. So take it at your pace, form over speed always. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's row, row. Bend to set the weights down. Hop or step it back. It's row, row. Walk it in, row, row. Walk or hop it back. Bring your seat to your heels. Hop it forward, hip distance apart. Come up, row, row. I'm gonna show you modifications now. You take it back, step, step. You can come to your knees for your row, row, row. Then you can come back into the all fours, row, row, and then hop or walk back up, row, row, I come into that all fours hover, my knees are slightly outside that hip line. Bounce, up. Make sure you're not pulling on that low back as you come up with the weights to standing. So shoot back, find the plank first, row, row, in, nice flat back, row, row, and hop it back, walk it back, here, and then I'm here. Now to pull up that weight, so I'm dropping the booty, lifting my chest, row, row. You keep going. I'm gonna go over some mistakes that I see sometimes. You have about 30 seconds left, stay in it. So sometimes when we get tired, the weight's gonna come too far forward. You want the top of the dumbbell right by that armpit. And you don't wanna round here. You wanna keep that nice flat back, open chest as you row. You're in renegade, you only have 20 seconds. Hips to anti-rotation, we wanna be doing this with our hips as we row. And then when you pounce, it's a small hop up. Don't slam your feet, and then slowly wake up. You have about 8 more seconds. Going into biceps next. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, come to standing. You can grab some lighter weights for biceps, more of a burnout round for biceps, 5s or 8s. We're going to just start with full range, up and down, up and down. So the biggest thing with biceps, when you're standing, really pulling any weight forward of you, you don't want to be here with your back. You want the tailbone tucked, squeeze your glutes, all the way down, all the way up. Don't let the shoulders creep up. If any part of the low back does start to fatigue out or pull strain, I want you to kickstand your foot. So that left foot or right foot can come behind slightly. All right, so now we're gonna hold it at the top, come halfway down 90, take it up, go all the way down. Stick with that. It's up, halfway down, up, all the way down. It's up, halfway down, up, all the way down. So you wanna make sure elbows stay locked in, they don't fly forward of you. As you do this, we're gonna switch that tempo up in about 8 seconds. Halfway, up, all the way down, all the way up, halfway. Now hold the halfway, hold, and now we're gonna take it full range, and we're gonna take it to circles out. So I'm bringing in, out, and around. Keeping my elbows glued to my side, in, out, and around, shoulders drop from my ears, cores engaged, slight bend in my knees. We're gonna reverse the circle in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and reverse it. Squeeze through it. Push. You have 4, 3, 2, squeeze. If you're not fatiguing, you need some heavier weights. Hold it here. Just hold at 90. Now we do full range. Down and up for 3. Down and up for 2. Down and up for 1. Hold at 90. Now it's up, halfway down, that's it. Up, halfway down, hold. Up, halfway down, hold. 2 more. Up, halfway down, hold. Up, halfway down, hold. Now little pulses. You have 8, 7. We're going to pump it out in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now it's full range, and I'm just alternate right and left. So I'm rotating my palms in as I bring the weight up. And I'm not swinging, keeping my elbows glued towards my hips, shoulders relaxed down, still pump it up. Pump. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, shake it out. You can drop those weights. Let's just do a little forearm stretch here. Press the palms forward, opposite side, hold it back. All right, so now we're working on abs in a supine position, which means we're gonna be laying on our backs. So you have the option to do this with a lighter weight, 1 dumbbell, or none, right? So first move, we're gonna do a full sit-up from a C curve. So shouldn't say full, it'll be a C curve sit-up. So my heels are digging in here. I have the weight at my chest. You could do this without the weight, right? So you're gonna come back, hold it in that C curve, round out, make sure that navel's pulling down, and then come up tall to that flat back. So I'm really retracting my abdominal wall, lower abs down. So I'm gonna come down, Find that sweet spot, pull up. It's down, hold, pull up. So without the weight, you're just here. Down, shoulders stay relaxed, lift. So you should feel that tightness, that bracing as you come back up. I'll show you from the center. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but down and lift. Lift. So you can make this super easy if you're not really being mindful of the movement. So if you're just coming up and down, right, you're just gonna feel a pull on your hip flexors here, not gonna allow a core. So it needs to be slow. Actually, the weight's good to help slow you down. Hold it, come up, lift. Show you back to the side. You have about 20 more seconds here. Down, come up, pull. Curve it out, come up, pull. Curve. If your hip flexors do start to take over, just point your toes slightly outward a little bit. That's gonna help take some of that strain. You have 10. Keep those shoulders relaxed down for 5, for 4. Let's just hold it on the back in 3, 2, and 1. Just hold. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you could take it to little pulses if that weight's not getting too hard. You have 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come on up. Now, again, you have the option for a weight. We're going to go into alternating jackknife. So I'm going to show you without the weight. Your head's going to stay up. So we're going to be here. My gaze is up at that ceiling. I'm going to lift my right leg, alternate left. So I'm reaching for my toes. Maybe you don't hit them, but I'm never dropping the top of my shoulders and my head down. Okay? This will be about 30 seconds. So if you want that little extra, you're just going to have the weight, right? You're going to come up and down, up and down. Go ahead and start. 30 seconds. So with the abs, you never want to rush them too much. If the straight leg bothers your hip flexors, you can always do a knee pull like this. Up and drive the knee in. Pull. And then if it's too much, right, you just drop the weight and come up. About 15 more seconds. Reach, really reach, pull the navel down. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's even ourselves out if you haven't already. And up. All right, so now again, you have the option for weight or no weight. We're gonna put, you don't have the weight, we're gonna put our hands underneath our seat, and we're still gonna keep that head and shoulder up, and we're just take it down and up. So be mindful of your neck. It's a little bit easier to gaze slightly towards that ceiling than to be here and feel strain. So you can look up. If you're choosing to do it with the weight, you're already going, timer's going. You could just be here and back, right? But you shouldn't feel that low back pop up. Having your hands there helps that. So if you have low back issues, I would say go with this method. Down and up, stay lifted. At any point, yes, you can drop your head. You're just gonna feel slightly less engagement throughout that core. Keep going, you have about 10 more seconds. I'm just keeping an eye on the timer. We're gonna hold up and crunch and tip our hips in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it up, and you're just gonna punch the ceiling. So punch it up, crunch, push. So I'm not swinging the legs back here. It's just a press, using lower abs. Hands can come behind your head if you need that additional support. You can even add a little upper body crunch. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, reach for those toes. Nice, now go ahead and butterfly your legs so knees come apart, instep the feet together. And we're gonna take it to regular crunch, down and up. So crunching top half and lower half, keeping my chin open, pressing my head into my fingertips, pull. Shoulders don't fully release down. You have 5, 4, 3. You should start to feel a little bit of burn there. You have 2. Last 1. Now it's up, halfway down. Up, halfway down. So that halfway down, you're never releasing the contraction of your abs. Up, halfway down. Up, halfway down. Up, halfway down. Get ready to pulse it. Up, halfway down. Let's hold it up. Little pulses, top and bottom half. Pull it in, 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 in. You have 8. We go straight to bicycles to finish this core round out. You have 5, 4. Get tighter. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Tabletop your feet. Now bicycle it out to finish. It's only 20 seconds here. It's not a quick bicycle. We want the abs to work, not the hip flexors to take over. Switch it out. You guys only have 15 left here. Stay with me, breathe. Exhale as you twist, draw the shoulder over. Flex the foot. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, put your feet down. Let's take a quick bridge stretch here. Release the lower back, open those hip flexors back up, and set it down. I'm going to glute work onto all fours next. So you're gonna want a weight. You can do it again without the weight. I'm gonna put an 8-pound behind my right knee. So we're gonna be on our forearms to start, starting with some donkey kicks. So grab my 8, put in the crook of my right knee. I'm gonna be down on my forearms. I'm not rounded here. I'm not dipping into my low back. I have that nice flat back. Gaze is looking straight down, so I'm not looking down at my knees, dropping my neck. And let's get started. So we're gonna squeeze onto that weight, flex your foot, and lift up and down. So my right knee's not coming in front of my left. Really working hard to squeeze onto that weight to engage hamstrings a little bit more. You have 4. 3, we're gonna hold it at the top. 2. Last one, hold it at the top. Keep the foot flexed, just pulse, 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 pulse. Keep going here, squeeze. Keep the right knee pulling in towards the midline, try not to lean to the left. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Now it's full range, down and up. So think about your abs on the way down, pulling in that navel, and then power up with your seat. So it's not a hyperextension. I'm not kicking here and lifting, right? It's slow and controlled, and I just feel that squeeze and back down. One more here, hold. Now point your toes, little pulses up, point it. Whew, I already feel it. Try not to lean to that left side. Little pulses. Stay in it. You have 5. We get to come to our hands in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to your hands. You can drop that knee for a minute if you need a quick break. We're going to go to fire hydrant, full range. So I'm just taking, I'm going to face this way so you can see me. I'm going to take my right knee out to the side, working more of that glute med, side seat. I'm not letting my shoulders round me out here, pulling it back. Navel's engaged. Take it down and up. So my right knee still staying slightly behind my left. And I'm really stretching and holding. But you don't want to lift that up so high that your right hip opens out. You still want to keep it square. A few more. We're just going to add little pulses at the end of this move. In 4, 3, 2, and hold just little tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Now this is what you're gonna love me for. This is your bonus. It's up, donkey kick, out, fire hydrant. It's a combo. I'll show you this way. Up, fire hydrant, out. It's only 20 seconds, guys. Out, up, foot still flexed, out, up. You have 10. We go back to our forearms in 5. We get to lose that weight in 3, in 2, finish it, donkey kick, release it down, get rid of that weight. Come back to your forearms. Right leg extends long, flex your foot, little pulses up. These are super small pulses. I'm not here. I'm thinking about tilting my hips towards my ribs to keep that core engaged, protecting my lower back, tiny pulses. Should already feel it from the work we did before. Keep the foot flexed. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Now take a tiny bend in that knee and then press through the heel. Tiny bend and reach and press through the heel. 2 more. Tiny bend, reach and press, squeeze. Tiny bend, reach and press, squeeze. Hold it. Now you're going to point your toes and we're going to tap our toes out far to the right, then tap center, and then tap up and over. So again, we don't need to go super high with this leg. It's just a tap over. You want to get a little lift, right? So you feel the butt squeeze, but you don't want to be here and swinging, right? Keep it slow, controlled. Keep the hips tilting, pulling that navel in. Tap it out. Should start to feel a nice burn there. We're almost done with this side. You have 5. You have 4. We're going to uncenter. In 3, 2, tap it out to the right. Come back center, hold. Tiny bend, big reach, point your toes, little pulses for 8. We hold in 7, little squeeze. You have 5, 4, stay with it. 3, 2, 1, hold it here. Tiny bend, big reach, hold, reach, reach, reach through the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, woo, set it back. Sit into your child's pose. Release that right seat. Maybe walk your hands over to the left, lean into it a little bit. You know we gotta finish that other side. All right, let's set it up. You're gonna use that same weight because we wanna be even unless it was just a huge struggle. Go ahead and switch it out. I'm gonna face this way. And we're gonna start with those donkey kicks on our forearm. So line it up. Make sure you're not rounded, make sure you're not dipping. Nice flat back, nice tight core. Let's start the timer. Here we go. Donkey kicks up and down with that flexed foot. So even I do it, guys. After a while, I start to look down at my legs. You want to keep that spine in line with that cervical spine, all connected here, right? Because it might not hurt today, but if you keep doing this over and over, you're going to end up doing some damage. So really try and stay in alignment here. And you're not having to lift too high so you don't feel any pressure in the low back. You're just feeling that nice squeeze. So always think abs on the down, glutes on the up. Pull in, squeeze the abs, press up. You have 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold here. Keep the foot flexed, pulses up. Up, I'm really pulling in. I'm trying not to lean to the right. Pulse up. Think about drawing that left knee and slightly in more towards your midline. Don't let it float out. You have 5, 4 little pulses. Squeeze the booty. 3, 2, 1. Hold back to full range. Foot still flexed. Down and up. You have 6. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3. You have 2. Last one. Hold to the top. Now point your toes. It's a pulse. Pulse. Pulse, pulse. Keep that gaze straight down towards your mat. Pulses. We come back onto our hands in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now you can drop that knee if you need to. We're still going to keep that weight. Remember, going into fire hydrants to start. So my left knee's traveling out and I'm pulling it in. I'm keeping my right knee down, keeping my core engaged, and it's slow. Left knee slightly behind that right. Feel a little bit of obliques here. I have a soft bend in my elbows. Next long. Squeeze. Squeeze. Remember, we're going to pulse it in about 10 seconds. Just little pulses. You're not going to get a big range of motion, especially if you have a heavier weight. Up and down for 4, 3. Get ready to pulse in 2. Last one. Little pulses, little lifts. 8, 7, 6. Try not to lean to the right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now here we go. Stay with me. It's a press up donkey kick. Fire hydrant. It's only 20 seconds. Out. Fire hydrant. Flex the foot. Press, squeeze the glute. Think glute med as you lift out the side. Glute max as you press up. We get to remove that weight. Come back to our forearms in about 10 seconds. Squeeze. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead and release the weight. Get that out of the way. Come back to your forearms. Nice flat back again. So round, no dipping. Keep it straight. Extend the left leg. Right away, flex the foot. Pulses. So really think about drawing that navel in here. And it's not high pulse. It's super small. Tiny squeeze where the hamstring meets your glute. Press, foot flexed. Next long. Shoulders relaxed, faces relaxed. You have 5, 4 little pulses. 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Now it's a tiny bend in your knee. Heel kick, press back. tiny bend, reach and squeeze. Really think about activating your glute every time you press through the heel. Tiny bend, press. Keep the leg lifted, tiny bend. Press, one more, tiny bend, press. Now we're gonna point our toes. We're gonna take our toes over to the left, round to the center, so a little rainbow, and then over to the right for another rainbow. So it's the center, tap left, center, take it up and over. So be mindful of your core and your hips. You still want your hips square, and it's not a huge range of motion. You're just feeling the booty squeeze, making it work every time you have to lift that leg back up. Try not to look down. Core still tight. That right side should be on fire too because it did a lot of work before and now it's working to stabilize. We're gonna end with pulses. Take it one more left, center, right. Find your center, point your toes, tiny bend, reach, pulse up, up, up. You have 8. Reach for those toes, 7, squeeze your butt to lift. You have 3, 2, 1. One more tiny bend, reach for the heels, press, toes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, drop it down, sink it back, child's pose. You can walk your hands over to the right, this time leaning into that right glute. Nice. So we only have one more circuit to go. If you don't have time, you can always pause it here. Or if you do have the time, and those kiddos or anybody hasn't been coming down to bother you, which I thought by sure mine would by now, we're moving on to circuit 3. It's gonna be chest and tris. So we're gonna do chest flies. If you want, you can always take it to a chest press if chest flies bother your shoulders in any way. Usually chest flies, you can go a little bit lighter because you're lengthening the lever. And then we're gonna combo later with skull crushers. So I'm gonna have 2 sets of weights with me because I'm gonna go heavier when I'm just isolating my chest, but then when I combo it, I'm gonna have to go a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna use my 10s and my 8s. You can even go 12s with chest flies. You have the option to bridge up. So I'll show you what everything looks like. Let's start with chest flies. It's 1 minute, so you should be able to go fairly heavy for 1 minute before we go into triceps. So down on your mat, weights are here. I could fly it out. When I bring the weights together, you could bridge and squeeze. You could just hold your bridge the whole time. Keep the glutes at an isometric hold, or you could take it down and up. So when I bring the weights together, booty's gonna lift and down. So biggest thing people do with tricep flies is bring the weights way too high. So try and keep them right at that bra line, squeeze the pecs. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. Power up, weights are together. If you're taking that bridge option, it's a lift and lower, or it's just a hold. Really pressing through the heels if you're taking that bridge. And be mindful your elbows are not perfectly straight. Your arms are kind of down about 45 degrees. We're thinking about a nice pec squeeze at the top each time. So slow on the up, slow on the down. If your booty's tired, or you just want to focus on the upper, you're just going to be here and really make sure that flat back is pressing in towards the mat. We'll be here when we do skull crushers, so we're not much longer with the bridge if you want to stick with it. You're about 20 more seconds. Squeeze. Now if the weight here is getting too heavy, you can always switch to a chest press and just press up and down. You have 10. 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna go to skull crushers. You might wanna switch out to a lighter weight. This time our spine is gonna be on the mat. We're not doing any bridges with it. We're gonna bring the weights here. If you wanna make it a little more challenging, you're gonna bring it back slightly to about 95 degrees, a little bit more of an angle. You're gonna really activate your core before we do anything. So really pull down your lower abs, and you're just gonna bend to 90. So the only thing bending is from my wrist to my forearm, and then I extend fully up. So I'm framing my head, and then I press down, press it up. So be mindful of the abs as you do this. You're thinking about activating, pulling them down. You keep going. So I like to think there's a bar here, right underneath my elbows, and it's stopping me going up and down here. So you don't want to swing and pull back, but you want to find that nice micro pause and then come up. So I keep my elbows drawn back a little bit, As you fatigue, your elbows are gonna wanna flare out. So think about holding a ball in between your elbows here as you press up. Keep going, it's a full minute. So at any point you can alternate your tricep skull crushers. And we're gonna combo it out, like I said earlier, with chest flies. Press and squeeze to the tricep. Find full length on that tricep. That's what gives it the work. Almost there, guys, about 20 more seconds. Take pauses whenever you need to. Pull, press, pull, hold that hover, squeeze at the top. 8 more seconds. Now we're gonna take it to 2 chest flies, 2 tricep extensions, or I should say skull crunchers there. 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Now line up again for that chest fly. We're gonna do 2 and 2. So open and close. You could add the bridge, but I'd probably just keep everything down. Just focus on the arms, pull it back. 2 skull crushers, slow and controlled. We're not rushing anything here. Down and up. Back over your sternum for the chest fly. Pull and squeeze. I'm just gonna check my timer. You guys keep going. Remember, you can always draw your arms a little bit further back for a little bit more resistance. All right, you guys have about 20 more seconds. And just to keep burning out those triceps a little bit longer, we're gonna flip it over, do some tricep push-ups. We're just gonna do it on our knees. If you really wanna do it on your toes, go ahead, but it's just meant to get a nice deep range of motion, so often you can get a little bit deeper and pump it out when you stay on your knees. 2 and 2. Slower than you think. Draw it back, press. So think about separate moves here. You really have to line up for that skull crusher, line up for the chest fly. You have about 10 more seconds. Keep going, get ready to flip. Just remember when you're in a tricep push-up on your knees, your booty's not in the air. You have 3, 2, 1, go ahead and flip it over. Tricep push-ups, so your wrists are underneath your shoulders like you would be in a plank. And we're gonna come down, so make sure your booty's not here. Tilt your hips forward of your knees, so let's press it up. It's only gonna be, what did I tell you guys? You're gonna be in it for 30 seconds. You've got this. Push through. Down and up. You can take it to a smaller range here. If you're really starting to fatigue out, just take it to a little pump, or all the way down. I'm squeezing my butt. Down and up. Try not to let those shoulders take over. Sometimes it helps to slide your knees slightly forward. So you're in that hinged kind of chaturanga position. You only have 10. Keep going. Breaks coming. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it back. Let's take an extension stretch here. So hips above the knees. And then you could flip your palms, open up that shoulder joint, and then bring your palms to your shoulders here, and then pull back. Feel a nice stretch. Back arms. All right, nice work. We're on to abs. Making way. This is circuit 3. This is going to be using gliders as well, but we're going to be in prone. So first we started ab standing. Then we did supine on our back. Now we're ending with prone with gliders. And I'm going to show you, if you don't have the gliders, I'll show you some different variations. But our first move, we're going to use 2 gliders. And it's going to knee tuck stand. So, you've been in my class before, we've done these. So you're going to be down in your plank position. And then you're just going to drive the knees up, rounding out your back. So you're kind of like tucking like a ball. Press your heels down, come up, squeeze your butt. And then down, drive back to that high plank, hold, and then pull 2 inches below that belly button, squeeze, and lift up. All right, timer starting. You have 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. So you're coming back to that high plank, tuck, round out a little bit, press, ground out through your heels, come up, squeeze your butt. Down, press out, tuck, roll. Always think of that 2 inches below that belly button, that lower abs. So if you're not using gliders, I just want you here, and then walking in, rounding out, and then press your heels, come up, squeeze. So I take a step at a time. Here, here, hold that engagement in your core. Heels down, press up. Otherwise, stick with the gliders. You're about 15 more seconds with this move. It's a little break for our shoulders, and we're going to be back down in a prone position for mud slides with the gliders. If you don't have gliders, you're just doing traditional mud slides. Get ready for it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here you go. Take it in, in, in. It's only 20 seconds, guys. Nice flat back here, no rounding, not looking down at your knees. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, going into pike ups in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pike up looks like this. We pull in our navel, pike it up, and then come back to our high plank. 15 seconds. If that's not for you today, I just want you to take it to that knee tuck pull. Knee tuck pull, here you go. 15, 3, 2, 1. So it's that pike up, chin to chest, take it back, high plank. Pull up, high plank. No gliders, or you want the modification, you're just pulling it, pull and round. Still want that rounding. I know we don't always round, but I really want you to really hit the lower abs there. You have 5, 4, going into our forearms for saw to finish in 3, 2, 1. So if you're not on a mat, I find a mat for your forearms, or a carpet if you have it. We're here. You can always just hold the forearm plank. Otherwise, we're going to take that reach and pull. Think about engaging underarms here, energizing elbows to hips, working to find some length as you do this, keeping your quadriceps engaged, keeping your glutes engaged. Try not to dip your hips too much. You have 10, 9. We're just going to hold the forearm just for like 8 seconds at the end. Reach and pull, squeeze. Can you take it out a little bit further for 4, 3, squeeze, 2, 1. Just hold your forearm plank. Tilt hips to ribs. Maybe take a soft bend on your knees. Tilt your hips, lengthen back out. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Set it back. Now we're ending, finally, our glute bridge. And there's no unilateral moves. It's just bridging up and down. This is where, if you have a band, put it above your knees. This is the final part of class. Almost there. I said 45. It's going to be about 55. We'll get there. So I'm going to put the band on. No band, you're going to feel it. It's okay. All right. So we're going to take it to a bridge up and down. Just regular bridging. So the only thing you don't want to do with the bridge is thrust up here, right? And get that lower back pressed and compressed. So with your fingertips can touch your heels, you're pretty much in the right spot. Heels underneath your knees, flat back. And you're just going to bridge up and down to start. Squeeze your butt each time at the top. Squeeze. You should also feel your core brace as you come up to the top. Start the timer. This is less than 5 minutes to go, guys. Squeeze. You have 4 like this. You have 3. We're going to do pulses next. 2. Last one, hold it at the top. Hold. Now just pulse up. Tiny pulses. Squeeze. 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 So I'm still pressing through all 4 corners of my feet, but I'm activating more into my heels. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now we're going to travel our feet down and out a little bit. So down about 6 inches and then a little bit out 6 inches. I want you to dig into your heels, lift your toes. Now we're going to bridge up and down again. So if you have the band, you're going to take a slight press out every time you come up. Otherwise, a nice squeeze of your butt up and down. You know, we're going to do some more pulses in a minute. So you have 5 more like this. Squeeze, lift, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it at the top. Add those pulses. So if you have the band, think pulse up and out, pulse up and out. So it's a little almost simultaneously, but you're going to pulse and then press out. Otherwise, you're just pulsing up. Keep going. Squeeze. It's the ball. Keep the upper body relaxed. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now we're just press out. So even if you don't have the band, you should still feel in that side seat, that glute med, because we're slightly turned out here. Keep the hips lifted. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now, without dropping your hips, if you can, walk your feet together. Insteps of your feet are together. You're going to come to a slight releve if you can. You're going to hold here, get as tight as you can, and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Squeeze. So your range of motion is definitely going to be a little bit smaller here. We're gonna take it up, out, and down in 4, 3, 2, 1. So you take it up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, down. So it's just a little tap as you come down. You have 4 more like this. You have 3, 2. Let's hold it at the top. Hold here. Drive it out with those knees again. You're slightly relevate. Out, out, out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now keep it wide. Now drop it down and up wide. Down and up, full range. I still have a slight releve. You could always drop the heels. Even when you come up, I want you to press out on the band if you have it, or just take the knees, pulse out and up still. Even without the band, you're still pressing out and feeling it. Up and out. Up, little press out. Up, little press out. You have 4. Press. 3. Keep the knees wide for 2. And 1. Hold at the top. Bring your knees together. Full range again. Down and up. Down and up. Smaller range, but now maybe you feel a little bit more in your hamstrings. Little different part of your seat. Up and down. We're going to pulse in 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses up, 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 up. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold full range for 3. Take it down and up for 1. Down and up for 2. Down and up for 3. Little pulses. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Squeeze. Get higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Woo. Take that band off. Get a nice stretch here. We're going to do that supine figure 4. So bring my right ankle over the top of my left knee. You guys did it. Thanks for sticking with me. Flex your foot. You can also drive your right knee away slightly with that right elbow. Let's go ahead and switch it out. Left tap of foot to right knee. Pressing that left knee away. Flex your foot. And go ahead and bring your knees together. Let's take a nice rotation twist. So I'm going to take my hips slightly to the left side of my mat as I drop my knees over to the right. Gaze goes towards the left. Nice job, guys. So any of these circuits you could go back and do a second round of, right? So if I had more time, I would definitely go back and do circuit 2 for the back. Really any of them. Anytime you're feeling like, oh, I want to work some chest and tris, little burnout. So they're each about, like I said, 15, 18 minutes long. We switched opposite sides, so this time my left knees are dropping. Go ahead and grab the crook of your knee, rock it up. We're going to come into all fours. Let's just do a little bird dog here. So you're going to extend the left leg long, right fingertips long. Really lengthen out through the spine again. Reach, reach, reach. And set it down. This time it's the right leg left arm. Reach, lengthen back out. Set it down. Let's do cat-cow. So go ahead and lift up for cow. Draw the belly down. Shoulders drop back. And then chin to your chest. Round out. Back ribs press up towards your ceilings. And then inhale. And exhale. And go ahead and stay in that static all fours. We're going to drop down to our elbows. Reach our fingertips out. Extension stretch. So think about getting into those shoulders a little bit by drawing our underarms down closer towards the mat. Finding a nice release there. And a lot of upper body, so want to stretch those shoulders back out. And then go ahead and walk back, seat to your heels for that child's pose again. Maybe your knees are a little bit wider here. And let's walk our hands over to the right. Lateral stretch, left side ribs here. And walk back center. And take it over to the left. Feel the side ribs on the right. Really stretch it out. And come back center. One more, walk the fingertips forward, reach and lengthen. And we're just going to come to kneeling. Get one more tricep stretch in. So reach the arm up. Head presses into that bicep. You can take another lateral stretch if you'd like here. And go ahead and switch it out. Nice job, guys. Let's end with some inhales. Take a nice inhale up, lengthen and reach. exhale out. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale out. Last one. Inhale, reach it up, get tall. And as we exhale, let's bring our seat to our heels, hands to heart center, taking a moment of gratitude for our health and saying a quick thought, positive vibes for anyone we know that's struggling during this time. And thank you for joining me in class today. Stick with your workouts. Thanks.